And then finally, the last trend here is the uncharted, which is talking about how in these new eras, businesses have the opportunity to move faster than policymakers, than regulators, and others can move. And that's a challenge for the policymakers and regulators. It's a challenge for the businesses, because how do you move forward and innovate and develop these great innovations for the way people live, for society, if we don't have the right mechanisms in place to move it? And our belief with the uncharted is that we need new ways of thinking about how we have the right kind of collaboration between the public, the private sector, and also the right types of self-regulation in companies, so that they're acting responsibly and putting the right types of guardrails in place around the technology they're developing. I think a good example here in Singapore is the way Grab developed and evolved within from a transportation perspective, in terms of looking at a good model that fit the nature and the way that the market worked here. And there's a lot more kind of underneath this one in terms of different ways of operating. We talked earlier about the need for more transformative business models. I think a good example of a company thinking very differently in this, against these types of trends is a company like Monsanto in agriculture, who used to provide agricultural products and is now thinking, instead of changing their model, rather than selling products to a farmer to put in their fields, which is a lot of what Monsanto did in their agriculture business, they're now selling better agricultural outcomes as a service by putting weather information together with seed information, together with satellite imagery, together with chemical analysis, everything they need to do to make an individual farmer more effective. So it's a complete change in the business model, the way the company works, pulling an ecosystem together, building a platform, using new technology like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, to completely transform their business. And that's an example of really rethinking for much better outcomes, looking at farmer productivity, increased yield per acre of crop to better serve people.